Hello, everyone. Again, I'm happy to see all of you here today at our very interesting conversation. And this time, I really we would like all your participation. This is a important topic. This is a good topic for us to discuss. And the usual format of our meetups and classes is we really want to get to know you as well. We want to meet you, to hear from you, to understand your point of view and your experience. And so if you're willing to talk to us, we will be happy. So at any point, please unmute yourself and talk to us. So if you can't talk, if something is not working or you are not able to be on video and audio, we will be happy to hear from you in the chat. So please do that in the chat. Talk to us. Thank you so much. So let me introduce myself with no further ado, so we are not wasting any time from our very interesting conversation today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Katya Dmitrieva. I'm intuitive life coach and founder and one of the teachers in Intuitive Life Coaching Academy, where we teach and certify professional intuitive life coaches of PCC level, professional certified coach level with International Coaching Federation. So I apologize for a lot of words and abbreviation, but it's important to mention that we are a professional program, but we are much more than that. So we are a community of like-minded people who are determined to bring healing, transformation, love, support, intuition to the world, especially right now. It's such an important message. It's not just for words. It's serious. It's very serious. What is happening right now is a very serious period of at least American American history and history of many other countries. So we need you guys. If you are a healer in thinking, in the process of like, I might be not. So this is the time for you to step up, and not the time to get depressed, hide away. This is the time for us to step up. That's why this conversation of becoming a psychopath for empathic coaches and healers is so important. When I started my career as a life coach many years ago, 13 years ago, and I keep saying 13 years ago, and I think just between you and I will keep saying 13 years ago because, it it keeps me young. So many years ago, when I started my coaching career, I had a lot of doubts and uncertainty, not only because life coaching was a new career path, was a new modality, a relatively new modality that came from corporate coaching and became life coaching. And people didn't understand what was coaching all about. That was a big challenge and obstacle for aspiring coaches, but also the fact that a lot of coaches who decided to follow that path were empaths, right? Had a lot of empathy, a lot of like kindness, a lot of caring in them, and it was a problem. Let's face it. When I started my coaching career, I faced that problem myself. And raise your hands or put it in the chat if you can relate to what I will share with you. and we will start this conversation. Want to hear from you as well. So if you can relate to this, what started happening for me when I started my coaching career? Overgiving, uh, not setting any boundaries, not knowing how to say no, undercharging or not charging at all, overgiving, as I said, struggling to keep any kind of boundaries with people, feeling resentment, financial struggle, burnt out, people pleasing. Like, raise your hand or put it in the chat if you can relate to any of these wonderful things that I just mentioned that come with being an empath, right? So this is good, right? Like we all feel or felt that at some point. That's why when someone tells us or points out that, oh, um, Jocelyn, you are such a caring person. You are empath. You can feel other people's feelings and emotions, right? You care. That can be uh, you can take it as a curse, right? You can say, oh, I don't know my gifts, is it a blessing or a curse? And a lot of times I heard that, and I was one of those people who felt that this was a curse. That's why I actually came up with the idea of this topic, because it's so close to me, and I experienced that for years. Overgiving, not getting paid, feeling resentment, carrying other people's burdens and weight instead of holding space, right? Trying to, instead of being that lighthouse and leader, being like in a boat saving people who already don't want to be saved, right? Never swam and somehow decided to swim, and then they are not accepting any help, and you feel guilty and responsible for their drowning, right? So does it resonate? And then, or also my favorite is, you know what, i I decided not to follow my passion and be in like intuitive life coach, because I tried to help so many people and they are not receiving, they are not accepting my help. I don't even know what to do. And in this situation, we've been there, right? Like trying to save those who are not salvable. What's the word I'm looking for? Always saying, not knowing how to say no when everything within you screaming, I can't do that, it's too much. When we feeling like we have to people please all the time and be liked, because we're afraid of rejection, or we have abandonment issues, or a lot of like wounds and limiting beliefs from growing up. An empath is can be a trauma, right, by itself. Like being an empath can be a trauma. But so I experienced all that, and I paid a high price. I will be honest with you. I paid a high price of still following my passion, of helping people, of being in helping people modality and being empath without knowing how to shift from a place of victim to a place of leadership. So, and I want to help you guys, if it resonates with you, to help you avoid that period of time that I experienced, and tell you how we can still be empathic healers, people who care, but in a more healthy, productive, and rewarding for you and others way. So I'm inviting us today to discuss this and maybe go around right now. First of all, introduce yourself, say hi to us, and maybe what brought you to this topic, like becoming an psychopath for empathic coaches and healers. So let's say hi to one another. If you can't unmute yourself, please say hi to us in the chat. So, Jaslyn, hello again.
Hi, I'm Jasleen. What brought me in was more, I definitely related to having like feeling, I have been told a lot like my empathy is a gift, but sometimes I do feel like it's a curse to myself, just more of like trying to manage my emotions or like trying to deal with everything I'm feeling at one exact time, whether it's what's making me upset or someone else's problems that are making me upset. But just, yeah, I feel like just learning how to, like, I would like to learn how to, like, yeah, set boundaries and, um, yeah, set boundaries, follow them, but then also, like, make space as well for people, but not to let it, like, affect my emotions.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing and welcome. Jan, my friend, unmute yourself.
My name is Jan. Um, I'm sorry, what the question on the
Just
table
like
is
what brought you to the topic of our conversation?
the psychopath part. It sounded very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do some counseling, and I a lot of times go to bed mad, and I don't want to go get angry. I don't get angry at the clients, but as soon as they turn it off, it comes in, and I was hoping that I could find a better way to handle people.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for
Okay.
asking.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing. This is real. This is real what you just shared. And I'm glad you did. Thank you. I hope we have some time to address that. It's a big thing that you just shared. Yes, thank you. Anger. You notice, right, how some people say, "Oh, he or she has anger issues." That's nothing to do with anger. This is a way people process grief and sadness and hurt. People just process it differently. Like I'm also an angry, sad person. Like when I'm grieving or when I'm sad, I'm angry. But it has nothing to do with the person that they have anger issues, right? There is much deeper, something much deeper there that, maybe triggered Jen or brought to her attention, and she still needs to process that. Yeah, but thank you so much. We will talk about that. It's a great topic. Thank you. Stacy, hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stacy from Philadelphia. We just won the Super Bowl. Yay!
Yay!
Well, I guess I'm with Jan that the psychopath part came, stuck out to me when I saw your posts on Eventbrite. I was with a narcissist for 8.5 years, and I've been on this healing journey and growing and changing and all that, which I love. But I really want to help people. I've always been a healer since I was a child.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard because I feel things so deeply, and learning to manage that, and help people without it affecting me. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Thank you so much, and welcome to our
thank you.
space. Thank you. Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm excited because I just started the intuitive life coaching program last week. And this is a topic that I have struggled with and worked on for much of my life. And I was hoping to get some tips to help myself and to be able to share it with others as well.
Thank you so much, and I'm very happy you joined us. And this topic will be a big part of our program.
Excellent.
Absolutely, because the very important part of the program is audacity conversation. Audacity conversation is part of stepping into your own authentic footing, understanding who you are, and with that, boundaries, your sense of self, your worth, it will be changing. And again, we will talk about that more. I'm very excited about that topic because I went through that my own. I'm kind of like a recovering empath, recovering from all these traumas that I mentioned, and that that are real for us, right? Sometimes they say, oh, you don't have a skin. Oh, you are too nice. This is all bullshit. Has nothing to do with us being too nice. That's who we are. We care. And the worst thing that happens to empaths, that when they don't heal that trauma, that they close off, right? That they go away, that they don't follow their path and their purpose because it's too much, because it's too painful, because people are taking advantage of you, but in reality, it's not that, right? In reality, we're allowing it to happen because we don't know other ways. So, and to learn these ways will change everything, will be a game changer for you, for all of us empath, in our desire to walk the talk, to live in passion, purpose, and profit, and help other people. So yeah, thank you so much. Erica, hello, good to see you. Oh, hello, Erica. You unmute. Yeah, hello.
Um,
How are
this
you?
is a very good topic for me because I think it's hard to distinguish. It's hard to not take anything. It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep things to myself. Keep things away from me. I guess other people's feelings. I need to learn how to be able to have a shield around me. Because I'm always taking in other people's feelings, and I always don't know what to do with them. And at the end of the day, I'm stuck looking like man one post view, and I feel like I've been downloaded with tons of information, and just don't know how to handle it, and it can get overwhelming sometimes. So that really drove me to this topic.
Thank you so much. Good to see you, Erica. Carmen,
Good to see you.
Hi,
hello.
hi, nice to see you. I know it's been a while. Um, uh, yes, being a psychopath, it makes us all more sensitive with the environment and the people we deal with. And and I understand everything you said is absolutely true. And a couple of people, as well as the previous lady, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Yeah, I live where I live in the building that I live. It has changed recently, and they housed a lot of people who have a lot that were homeless first, and and they have a lot of things that have they're going through personally. But now, since they moved recently, I feel more negative for some reason. I'm not blaming them. They're humans. They feel they have their pains and they're struggling through things. But ever since over 100 of them have moved into my building, I've been feeling very negative and scared.
Okay.
And even encountering people in the elevator, I look at them and I feel a lot of negative.
Mm-hmm.
And I have at this point, I don't know where to go, and I'm thinking of moving out of the building. But it's just feeling what all these,
Yeah.
just feeling it. I'm feeling it, and it's
Yeah,
time to
yeah.
live.
What an important, absolutely, I hear you. What an important skill to learn for an empath, especially empathic coach, is detached involvement. Detached involvement is a great skill that allows us as empaths and people who feel other people's feelings and emotion to still help others, to still care. We don't want
Yeah,
to be like, oh, now I don't care. I want to be
yeah,
like our new president.
mm,
I don't care, right? But
mm.
we still want to care,
Yes,
but we
yes.
want to use the skill of detached involvement that will allow us to hold space, because this is the most important thing for a healer, to learn how to hold the space for people and not, instead of taking all their weight and taking all their crap, right, on yourself.
Mm,
That's what provides transformation and healing for people, not our, like crying with them and feeling broken and defeated. So that's a very important skill that we also teach and learn in Intuitive Life Coaching Academy, is a detached involvement for empaths. That's such an important thing, and you will see how it creates miracles for people. So it's kind of a win-win. You don't bring anything home, and people who you help, who you care about, are supported. So it's a beautiful skill. Thank you,
mhm.
Carmen. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Rita, hello. I will see. Hello, Rita. If you can unmute yourself. Hello, Marcus. Rita was able, and then Marcus. Yeah. Hello, Rita. Rita. Rita, it's very hard to hear you. If you could maybe uh, bring up the volume. We can't hear you. Uh, like like maybe you can type in the chat, because it's very hard to hear you. Or you can, yeah, hello, Rita. Good to have you. Something with technology. I'm actually, being intuitive, empathic person. I like when we have small issues with electronics, because it always tells me that there are people of high vibration. Like, because electronics doesn't go well with high vibrational people. They don't. They always would be something. If you maybe notice that your computers break or your phones are not working well, so don't be so upset. It also a sign of your high intuition and vibration. So this is great. Yes, Rita is here to learn how to say no to people. Great, and we will. I hope we will even practice the one interesting exercise. So I'm excited. Thank you so much, Rita. Marcus.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
I resonated with literally everything you said, every single bullet point. I'm like, I've always been very empathic, and it's been interesting as a man too, because like, I feel like I have more feminine energy than most men. And because of that, like, I don't know, it's just this weird dichotomy where I don't feel like I've ever been like full masculine, like athletic, competitive type. But anyways, I'm figuring that balance out. But it's just been interesting challenges from that perspective. But I'm coming out of a marriage for 17 years. I have 7 kids. And as I started learning about things like boundaries and started implementing that, like it made things worse, right? Like because I realized that, you know, before I was the type of person that had to give my energy away to feel safe because that's, you know, the empath that I was with the dynamic I grew up with, you know. Um, so I was in an abusive marriage and I didn't realize it, but then realizing that, realizing things weren't going to change. And the only way I could love myself would be to get out of that. So I've been going through all that, but like right now I'm kind of in that burnout phase, but like I've had huge business deals go awry with, you know, somebody who took advantage of me, and, you know, the opportunities to make millions of dollars go sour, and lose out on those. And like I realized it was me always trying to be good enough to please, you know, the partner that would never be pleased. And so I'd always look for these bigger and bigger ventures, but they'd always fail at some point because, you know, just not having healthy boundaries, ignoring red flags, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, being a people pleaser. And also, there's the dynamic of religion. I was very religious, and religion makes very good people pleasers, and it makes very good yes men. And so I was that for a long time. And then I realized, you know, like that's giving all my power away too. And I'm going through a faith crisis, like a big life change, all this stuff kind of all at once. So I'm grateful for the program.
Thank you so much for your vulnerability and for your sharing. I appreciate it so much. Um, in my belief system and in what I've seen, and I worked with a lot of men who are awakening, who are getting in touch with their emotional intelligence. These are the real men. The real men are not the men who like machito, whatever the word is. The real men are those who are able to connect with their emotions, connect with their intuition. This is the real man. And if you even ask any spiritual, open-minded, sensitive woman, right? That's what they will tell you. That's actually what kind of man this kind of women want and appreciate. So I think yes, you had this rough start to you as to many empaths, but there is a hope and there is a way how to shift that from a curse into a gift. And also the reason why things didn't work out the way they you wanted it, because you were not in alignment, not because you were maybe not a good businessman or not great ideas, because the energy was not flowing, because you were not you were doing something not in alignment with yourself. You did it out of fear, out of resentment, out of all the things that really are against the energy of success. So, and now when congratulations, first of all, for leaving something that did not work for you and you are stepping into a beautiful phase of your life in finding out who you are and becoming successful, because it will be in alignment with you and your truth and your your authenticity. So that's beautiful. Thank you. And you have 7 kids. It's wow. It's amazing. It is amazing. I have 2 and I sometimes don't know what to do with them, right? So 7. So that's great. Thank you for sharing and joining us. Yeah. Hello, you, right? Oh, Wu. Like, I'm sorry if I.
Yes, so you can call me Yu Yang or Yang, probably easier
Okay.
because a lot of
You.
people get confused, call my first name.
Hello.
Yeah, so I guess I actually get a lot of uh, when Marcus he shared his experience. I actually also facing some marriage issue recently. So I was growing up also a very traditional family. My my dad or my parents, they both actually always like putting my like try to teach me how to show empathy to others, show, and that is how I build up my view about the externally, like how to treating other people. And here, I would say recently I get a lot. The current situation of marriage actually is kind of wake up call to my internally. So it's like my current my wife. So we still living together, although we are like just separate room. So, but she say I'm too good, like a very good man. Always try to be a good man, good others, and it's in her opinion is a weakness. Um,
Yeah.
some point I don't feel like sometimes I don't feel that way because I feel like the people should be, you know, living in a harmony, right? So that is when I was growing up. I try to live in a peaceful and do not have a just say uh do not actually interrupt the the balance of the things. So, but in my wife view, he says it kind of weakness because you actually allow others to step on your boundaries, right? You give up what you own. So
Yeah.
like I think I appreciate that his opinions. And I also realize because when we get married, it's not only about myself, right? If I leave it myself, maybe I'm okay. I could be a monk, right? Like just give all I can. But as long as if I building a family, start sharing, I realize something actually is not actually maybe my real want, right? Because everyone have their internal desire and
Yeah, so
how
yeah, so I
sorry, yeah.
totally,
So
yeah, I totally, it's totally understandable. But there is a difference between like losing yourself when you get married or when you're with someone because you are afraid, right? Afraid to say no, you are people
yeah,
pleasing, or
especially the for loved
having
ones. Sorry.
partnership. Yeah, so we will talk, we have still a lot of people, so
Yeah,
we want to
more
hear
interesting
from.
is first of all,
Sorry, you
yeah, can I ask you
we don't
questions?
have a lot of like we
Yeah,
still need to talk to
sorry.
everyone, so
Yeah,
but I hear you, and it's very easy to get lost when you are a good person. You are a very good person, and it's hard to find that right medium, right, when you have your own voice and at the same time you trying to support your partner. Yes, so it's a big topic for empath, for people like you who care a lot. And thank you so much. Anya.
Hi, good evening. I'm on Katya's program for becoming a certified intuitive life coach, and I joined here because I started already to feel that I need more protection of myself than I do right now, because every time when I listen to somebody's story, it affects me too much. It affects my life, it affects my mood, it affects my mood like for a few days maybe, and I don't want that. I would like to get some knowledge how to avoid that, like how to let it pass. Like I can be empathetic in the moment, but after that, I would like to go on with my own life. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
And it's again, it's a part of the program. We will be learning detached involvement. We will be learning what is your energy and what is not your energy, and how to disconnect from what doesn't belong to you. How not to bring things home.
Yes.
It's
Thank you.
and we will do something today to practice that on this call as well. So thank you, Anya. Razvan, hello. If you can unmute yourself. Ernest, hello.
Yeah, hi. I was just here because psychopath sounded interesting. That's all. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept. Thank you. Donna, hello.
Hi, I'm here because I saw the word empath and that's what stood out to me. I feel like it's a term that gets abused by a lot of people that aren't empaths, but narcissists. And what led me to be a people pleaser and overextending myself was my emotional needs were not met in my childhood by both of my parents. So I'm here to learn boundaries, and that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Preeti, hello. Preeti. Nat Stelzer.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi everyone. Hi. I'm not a life coach. I was always an empath. I always knew that. I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was always helping people and I didn't mind because I knew they were taking advantage of me, but sometimes I was like, well, I'm helping them, so I feel good about myself. It's okay. And then I got in a relationship with a narcissist, and then separating from her was like I lost half of myself. But it's been a while. It's been a year, so I've been healing a little. But since then, I just got too excited about the psychology or like understanding like how it went and why I went through all of this. But knowledge is power, and then if I can help myself, I can help others. So I don't know, I just found it interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for sharing. Renee, if you can unmute yourself.
Yes, how are you?
Good, thank you for asking.
I actually found the class 15 minutes before start time and I registered. Yeah, empath, and yeah, that kind of caught me. I was married. I divorced a what I now know to be a covert narcissist, although I never heard the word before prior to investigating. So, and things have changed greatly, and I just find that I'd rather be alone, like almost like isolating myself at times. And that wasn't me, you know. I like to do things, and I don't know, I'm just real comfortable now alone.
Beautiful. So you are following the strategy, date myself first, right? Like love
Yes.
myself first before you create, you will be ready for a new relationship, healthy relationship.
I'm not even looking for that. I'll
Good,
go to the
good.
movie by myself and everything. I'm just not looking for, I just don't want to be hurt again, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm picking up more red flags now than before because I didn't know they were red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Renee, for sharing. Sam, hello. Sam, Jamia, beautiful names, so pretty. Jamia. Also, I think Pretty shared that she is a certified mental health and wellness coach. And thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, Stacy is saying, I love dating myself. Absolutely. I just recently talked to my son, who is 21 years old, and like he's not dating yet. And I'm like, would you date yourself? Would you like to date someone like you? And he was like, oh, I never. Yeah, like if you don't like yourself, how come do you think that someone else will like to date you? It's the same thing, right? Like first like yourself, first connect with yourself before you can jump into any relationship. But that's very, and of course healing after getting hurt is also a part of it. Yeah, thank you. Matt, if you can unmute yourself, and Anika, hello, good to see you.
Hi, good to see you too, Katya.
Hello.
I'm here because I really was intrigued by, empathy, and I have gone through the journey for most of, the people here tonight. And I have discovered, the difference between a giver and a people pleaser. And I think, and also the receiving that we have to do as other people give to us. And I had an incident, I think a couple weeks ago. Somebody was like, well, they cannot receive the kindness or the love or the gesture, and they're afraid and they think it's people pleasing, but it comes from a genuine place. So I just am observing and here to listen and learn. Yeah.
Thank you. And it's good to see you. Good to have you.
Great to see you. And thank you so much for your kind messages.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I will post in the chat quickly two links, and so we can move forward. This is the link for clarity call. If you are curious about our program, if you're curious to learn more about what we do, it's a great time to do that now, because we just started an amazing group, an amazing cohort. Just started a week ago, so there is still few days, I will be honest with you. So the cut date is this Saturday to join us, or or at least learn about our programs. We are going to launch something else very soon, which is also amazing. And just to have one-on-one conversation with you, so I can give you a little bit more attention one-on-one. And also here is the link, and it's all in the chat, the link to join our Facebook group if you're not there yet, for intuitive life coaching community. If you are into healing arts, if you are considering to step into your gifts and take it to a next level, we will be happy to invite you to our group. So the question that came to me about psychopath and for empath came in the moment when I was really like distraught and spent and burnt out, like thinking by people, right? That by people taking advantage of me, of my kindness, of my time, of my everything, of my going, helping them. And I got angry, like what Jen said. I got angry. I was like, okay, these people, and then because I'm a coach, right? And not only a coach, I'm an intuitive life coach. I stopped myself and I said, woo, okay. When we are judging others, when we are like seeing something in others, we usually judge it in ourselves, right? I stopped myself and I was like, okay, what is going on, Katya? What are you judging? What are you angry about? Because my way of hurting is also anger. And I, in kind of like thinking about that, I said to myself, I wish I was a psychopath. I wish then I could deal with more. And that was at the time when my business coach was talking about growing capacity. Okay, if you want to grow, you want to grow your capacity, grow capacity to deal with difficult situations, to deal with difficult people, to deal with everything. And in that moment, I wished I was my way of growing capacity was like, okay, I want to be a psychopath because, and then, of course, having also amazing coaches and therapists and my own way of coaching myself, I was able to understand that it has nothing to do with people who take advantage of me or do something. It's about me and my relationship with myself and me dealing with my traumas and me, like, they will take what you will give. And then the resentment that comes with us saying yes when we want to say no, to undercharging and not valuing your time and your work, with people pleasing. And let me share with you what I think is great about psychopaths and what we can take from them in a positive way. Imagine, I apologize if I share something that doesn't resonate with you or goes against your political beliefs, and like, we respect that, but I will just share my own experience. So when I see our new president, who, to my understanding, to how I see it and perceive again, uh, is a good example of psychopath. And I see how amazingly successful he is, right? He became a president of one of the best countries in the world, United States of America. And how was he able to do that? His capacity is huge, right? His um, his strength and courage to overstand stress, like how many lawsuits, right? How many people against him, and he's still standing. And with everything that I'm against and don't like and don't appreciate, I started to think, okay, what are the things that he has that is so attractive and so successful? So what can I learn from that? Instead of being bitter and angry and disappointed in the situation, I decided to look at it differently. Okay, so what he has that is really helpful for empath, for caring, intuitive people, is bravery, courage, and audacity. There are so many amazing people who sit with their gifts, who sit on their gifts, so to say, who do nothing because of self-inflicted limitations. The limitation of no one will listen to me, I have nothing interesting to share, who am I, imposter syndrome, also like, oh, I can't be out there because people will be negative towards me and I can't stand that, it's too much, right? So we put our own limitations on amazing gifts that we have. And you can see a person with the gift, with also gift of intuition, with the gift of persistence, with the gift of, in a way, authenticity, being authentic and being who he is unapologetically himself, right? And reaching such great successes and leadership. So why don't we, instead of getting angry and resentful, learn something from that? Take it into consideration. How can we take these great characteristics of bravery, courage, and audacity and bring it to for us, for empaths? So that's a big part of our program, Intuitive Life Coaching Academy, where We not only give you great education, we are certified, we're accredited program, we're all these amazing things, but we will be able to help you to connect with your bravery, audacity, and your gifts, and bring these gifts unapologetically to the world. Because when you feel confident in your own skin, even the critique and judgment of other people will not be so painful, will not be so like overwhelming, because when you know who you are, it is who I am, and you also understand that people are usually projecting their pain, projecting their limitations, projecting their traumas on us, right? You understand that you immediately create that boundary of like, okay, I'm not going to respond to that because it doesn't belong to me. The moment you understand that, the moment you get into that mindset, the moment you will be like, okay, it's easy. You will be able to learn how to have confident and honest conversation with yourself. Because you know when it was your fault. You know when you did something wrong. And then you will say, yes, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. That was not cool. And at least be able to have that awareness. Or if you know that you didn't have anything wrong to do or say, you will understand that it has nothing to do with you. That if your intention is pure, if your intention is to support, help, and serve, then people's reactions is just people reactions to their own traumas. And actually, also, it's a good thing that you trigger them. Triggering people is not such a bad idea, because only when we are triggered, we're able or not able, it's also a choice to do something with that. So the first big step towards your learning how to be a healthy empath is understanding, knowing who you are and what are your gifts. What are your gifts? And also trusting and believing in your gifts. For the longest time, when I started early years, my identity was just I'm a good friend. People like me because I'm caring, because I care about people, and that's it. That was my identity, because I didn't see that that was a gift. I saw it as something not much, right? Not something important or not something amazing. So look at yourself and be honest with yourself. What are your gifts? The gift of kindness, the gift of caring, the gift of love, the gift of intuition, the gift of seeing people, the gift of connecting, communication. What are your gifts that you have that you maybe don't even notice or don't even recognize as something special? So the first step is honest conversation with yourself. And honesty is also where you need to improve. What do you need to still learn? How do you need to become a best version of yourself? Not comparing yourself with anybody else, but how to become a best version of yourself. So in that moment, when you start feeling confident, when you know your gifts, when you know what you bring, what you know, what pain you help to heal, you will get your confidence and conviction and audacity. Another important thing, you can't be empath by yourself. Like you can't be empath without community. It's a very lonely place. It's a place where you will shut down, you will not be understood, you will be canceled, right? So we don't want to be canceled. And for that, it's important for us to find a community of people that appreciate, like, and support us. So community understanding what we are, because very often we know what we are not. But what we are not, the opposite is not necessarily what you are, right? So find out who you are, what you are all about, what makes you so amazing, because I'm sure that there is no accidental person on this call. Because when I put this out there, the topic, it's a topic that would resonate with certain people who are hurt, who experience a lot of pain because of their gifts. People who experienced a lot of pain and hurt because of their gifts. People who started to tell themselves, oh, it's a curse. I don't want to feel anymore. I don't want, right? And when it happens, when we surpass the period of healing or realization on working on ourselves, what happens? Instead of having healthy boundaries, creating healthy boundaries, we build walls. We build tall walls. These walls do nothing good for us. It isolates us. It makes us think less of ourselves. It makes us angry. It makes us bitter. It makes us like, I wish I had a different gift. I wish I had a gift of mathematics, or I wish I had a gift of quick calculation or financial dealings, right? And you completely abandoned your gift of compassion, of helping people, of caring, of intuition, of listening, and all these things. So be very careful, because this period of hurt, when it ends with not doing anything with that, it immediately becomes the period of building walls. And that's when amazing people with amazing gifts kind of die, right? Not literally, but their whole purpose in life, their meaning that they were brought to bring to people is over. So kind of do a quick check. Like, let me know maybe in the chat where you are in that process. Are you still kind of trying to figure out how to change your gift of empathy into something positive, into a gift? Or you already starting to build this tall walls and feeling bitter? Because we all have been there. And I can tell you that the program that we created is serving people like us to shift their guilt and pain and not ability to say no into a powerful gift of helping people and transforming people's lives and trying to live in passion, purpose, and profit. We are right now offering this 8-month program that we're inviting you, if you're interested to learn more about. Like, you will have to schedule a clarity call with me. This is not a program where you can just sign up and be part of it. So as it's important for you to be a part of the program that is in alignment with you, it's also important for us to bring on people that are in alignment with our program. And I can tell you, it's already like we have a great group, amazing group, and we want the people who will be in alignment with those people in that group. So even if you schedule a clarity call, I promise that it's not going to be a hard sell, because it's important for us to also learn a little bit about you and understand if we are matched or not. But you're not losing anything by scheduling that time and figuring it out. Maybe we will be able to offer you other resources or direct you to where it will be more beneficial for you. So I felt that it was a very important topic for us to discuss today. The how unhealed wounds drive our boundary issues. Our childhood experiences, especially for kind and caring and empathic people, experiences of rejection, of abandonment, they often shape our boundary struggles. They create our boundary struggles. Ask yourself that question. Where in my life did I learn that saying no was dangerous? Where in my life? It's a good question. Where in and write it down. Yes, when and put it in the chat. When I was a child. Yes, absolutely. Specifically, I want you to go to connect with that moment in your life when, if you can, or a period of time in your life when you learned as empathic, compassionate, kind, and caring child, beautiful child, that it was dangerous. It was dangerous for you to say no. Can you think of that time? Can you think of that moment when you had to put on the armor, when you had to learn how to obey or how to say yes, I will say, like the trauma, right? The trauma. Yeah. My father is a dangerous person. Absolutely. And children, when parents fighting with each other. Yeah. And children are so intuitive, so smart. They know how to handle and how to deal with trauma in their own way. And the problem that happens that when this trauma is not being addressed and healed, even though we grow up, we get education, we get married, we have kids, we do all the adulting things, right? As adults do, emotionally, we stay in a place of that trauma. We still act out of the trauma. We still make decisions out of the trauma. We still take action out of the trauma. We still allow the thinking from that trauma. Even though we are smart and we are capable and we have all the great, everything, we are adults, we are intelligent, we have high IQ. It doesn't matter. That child, that inner child, right, is still struggling, is still feeling that fear, danger, not wanting parents to fight, not like, okay, I will say yes, just please leave me alone, or please don't shout at me, right? Don't, like I have that image, right? So just, okay, this is the abuse and trauma that most of, and for us empaths, it's a big thing that it stays with us forever until we do something with it, until we bring awareness. So the fact that you brought awareness to that, what it will do with your subconscious, it will start changing the way you think and act and deal with life. Because you will be like, oh, okay, I hear you, I see you again. You came, like, before you say yes to something, you want to say no. I'm really encouraging you to put yourself back into that place and understand that you are not there anymore, right? You are not that child anymore. You are not trying to fight back. You're not trying to protect yourself. It's a protection mechanism. People pleasing also is a big protection mechanism. And also interesting thing about people pleasing that maybe we didn't realize, like that people pleasing is actually a form of control. A form of control, trying to manage how others see you. You got hurt and you don't want to get hurt anymore. So you want to establish some kind of a control over people. How you do that? By people please. When you are not conscious about your actions and your thoughts, you do it by people pleasing, because that's how you will make people like you. And that's important for you because you struggled from abuse, from people not accepting you, disliking you, pushing you away, rejecting you. So it's a great way for you to control people. And also like saying yes, especially for us intuitive life coaches, it dilutes kind of coaches' power and effectiveness. When we say yes to everything, when we value ourselves and undervalue our time. Why? If you undervalue your time and your effort, why other people should value you? It makes sense. It's understandable that they don't value you either, because you want others to like you, to value you, to appreciate you, to help you, to love you, whatever, but you are not doing it to yourself. And you give that energy away, right? You give that energy that, I don't matter. Like why they should care about or take you into consideration or whatever. So everything starts with us and our old like traumas and old limiting beliefs. And I will tell you, like we have wonderful people who join our academy and they come and they say, I want to get the right credentials. I want to join the program that is accredited by ICF. And that's what we are. But and I want to get skills. I don't feel confident in coaching people. I need skills. And they don't understand that skills is maybe number 10 or 20 important thing. What do you think is the most important thing for success for empath in people helping modalities? What do you think is the most important thing? Tell me.
Healing yourself.
Yes. Stephanie, what did you say?
Healing yourself.
Healing yourself. Okay, absolutely. Renee said, and Marcus said healing. Renee said confidence. Yeah, but where will you get that confidence? Because it's kind of like, it's like just do it, right? Like this slogan, just do it. Like, okay, thank you. Be confident. It's easier said than done, right? Love yourself, yes. Understanding yourself, yes. So it all comes to one important thing, commitment, mindset. If you have the wrong mindset, you can learn, and I've seen it. There are coaches who like, more like 2 more courses or 2 more certifications and then I. 2 more, like 200 hours more and then I. No, they will never. They will never, because they have the wrong mindset. The mindset, like the thinking, right? They don't know how to reflect. They don't know how to think. They have negative thinking about themselves. They dislike themselves. They constantly are fighting with their own, with themselves. They don't know who they are. They don't understand their gifts. And that comes, like, you, no matter what great education you will get, you will never be able to do that. So Stacy is saying, my old pastor said, get rid of skin thinking. Yeah, so stinking thinking. That's true. Like, without mindset, and we are here to help you, not with only with great knowledge, but also with a mindset that will allow you to shift and learn and take everything what we can take great from a psychopath and put it and make it successful for us empaths without the need to not care or build walls or not being caring, right? We still want to keep, because it's our gift. It's your gift to be kind. It's your gift to care. Please don't throw it away. And there are so many great ways to make it a blessing instead of a curse. You just need to know how to do it. And if it resonates with you, we're inviting you to consider joining our academy, our program, our school. Again, if it resonates, because we have one open space available to join us, and the decision needs to be made right now, meaning not right now, but this week, because we are closing our registration for this class the end of this week. If you want to heal yourself and learn how to heal others, if you want to step into the mindset of prosperity and making good money, if you want to, instead of feeling I'm a post, I have nothing to offer, to start seeing yourself as a wonderful, powerful, and helpful coach. And coaching is a great modality for empaths, for people who care about other people and who want to take it to a next level. We also teach in our program not only life coaching, but also intuitive development, intuition, our own know-how, intuitive method that will teach you how to go with clients deeper and how to get to know yourself on a deeper level, how to access your gifts, understand them, and be unapologetically yourself. Not arrogantly yourself, but unapologetically yourself. Because you will never be able to be arrogant, because you are empath, because you are a caring person. You have so much love, empathy, sympathy, and all the great things to give to the world right now. It's so important. People are struggling. People are in a lot of pain. People, and like, also learning that no is a complete sentence is a challenging thing. Understanding that people pleasing versus showing up for people and providing a healthy, safe space for them are two different things. Also, being empath and not bring any additional energy home, right? Just keep your energy. How we do that? Very quick. Start with yourself. We call it baseline. your own energy. Start with yourself. Start recognizing your own energy. And yes, every day it will change. Check in with yourself. It takes only like 1 minute to connect with yourself and say, okay, how do I feel today? How my energy feels? What is about my energy today? And then go into the big world, and you will be able to have a reference. Because when you don't have a reference to your own energy, you are not able to differentiate what belongs to you and what belongs to other people. The moment you understand that it's this right now is not mine, you are able to disconnect. You are able to say, like, I see you, I hear you, I empathize, but I'm detaching from that energy because it doesn't belong to you. Like, right? You are not wearing other people's clothes. You are not living in somebody else's house, right? Like, it's the same thing. It's kind of like you are hijacking, or you bringing something home, like that heavy weight all the time that doesn't belong to you. So why do that? And the first step is understanding your own energy, your own energy field, how it feels to be you, will help you to step back, to recognize other energies, whether they are from living people or maybe other energies. Next steps is understanding high vibrational energies, and that will help you to get on a higher level and heal yourself and heal others. So if it resonates, I'm encouraging you guys, let's talk, because time is of essence, and there is still an opportunity. If you're called to make 2025 the year of healing, of transformation, of success, of financial freedom, then it might be for you. So anything that comes up, like any questions or anything you would like to bring about the topic, I would like to open the floor for the last 10 minutes for our discussion, because we also want to hear from you guys, and let us know what resonates, what comes up for you. Yeah, so, or maybe tell us, what are you going to take from a psychopath and to bring it to you in a good, positive way. So whatever resonates. Yeah, Stacy.
Hi. Well, I thought it was interesting that you took, like, okay, the psychopath, but you took, like, kind of like in a different twist. Instead of saying all the negative about them, you pull out the good parts of them, if you can say that, and apply it to yourself. And I never ever thought of it that way. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because it took, like, after this presidential elections, I started to like okay, what am I not understanding? What, and especially I came from Russia, I came from Europe. I've seen that it's in my DNA, right? Like what happened during the Second World War, what is happening now with Russia and Ukraine. Like, I've seen it all. What Putin created during 20 years of his reign. And I see it, I know it, I feel it. And I started to think, okay, what I'm not seeing, maybe I'm not seeing something. What about that person, right? That resonates with at least half half of this wonderful country, right? Instead of judging, instead of hating, instead of saying, oh, you know what? I hate you, Trump supporters, right? Like, no, like, let me find something. And then I started seeing, I'm like, oh, interesting. He's charismatic. What is his charisma is coming from? Not from his looks, obviously. Where it's coming from? He's confident. He is persistent. he says bullshit with conviction and like, you know, and everybody like, because what it means that people need leadership. They need leadership. And he is courageous. And he's a very courageous and brave person. He brings that on, right?
Yeah.
And I started again, it's not, please don't get me wrong. I'm not following that and I'm not supporting that in any way, but I'm starting, instead of being negative and instead of like hating in return, right? I wanted to see what can I learn? What can we learn from that? His audacity, his confidence. He is like taking risks, not afraid to have he's a bully, but like difficult conversations. Like we can shift it and say, okay, how to have difficult conversations, how to say no. Right? He bullies people into deals with him, into agreeing with him. But we are not doing that. How can we do that in a positive way?
Right.
So that's a very interesting very interesting approach, and I'm inviting you, because hatred will just build more hatred, and then hatred for healers, for intuitive life coaches, is not a good force for us to change the world, to help people. Yeah. Thank you, Stacy, very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything to share, add, or say? So
I have a question about how you define audacity. I said it in the comments, but I think it was a private message. But I'm asking, is it like shamelessly authentic? Is that what makes them have audacity? Sorry.
Yeah, I love this word, and this word is a big part of our mission. Audacity, how I see it, is connecting with yourself and with your intuition. It's literally turning off the TV, right? People have the TV on all the time or whatever, scrolling, because they are afraid to stay alone with themselves and start thinking, start reflecting, right? So it's all starts, this audacity starts with yourself, with realizing who you are, understanding your gifts, accepting your gifts the way that you love when someone else has the gifts and you're like, oh my God, this person is amazing. The same way, recognizing your gifts, also seeing them places where you need to improve, but be not hard on yourself, but realistic, right? Like real with yourself. Like, I need to still work on this, but these are my gifts and I want to improve and bring them to the world. And then the next step is actually, like, whatever word we want to say, unapologetically, like authentically bring it to the world. Bring it to the world, saying, this is who I am and this is a gift. And I'm here to heal myself and heal others. And right people will come and wrong people will leave. And that's fine too. That's fine. You don't have to. We are all acquired taste. Very much so. But trusting, also audacity is trust. It's trusting yourself, it's trusting your intuition, and it's trusting what's coming when you are on the right path, when you work hard, when you are consistent, when you're persistent, trusting that the right things will come your way, will be shown to you. This is the audacity in my view.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and also the audacity is being humble, like you were, like you Young was, like all of you guys, like also being humble is a sign of bravery and audacity. It's not a sign of weakness. It's absolutely the opposite. sign of weakness is to hide, is to lie, is to pretend, is to, try to be someone who you are not, or compare yourself with someone, or humility, authenticity, ability to tell your story is audacity. Because it's hard. It's like, it's hard because these are the stories of trauma. These are the stories of pain, and these are the stories that we want to forget, but we don't want to forget. We want to shift and grow, and because a lot of the times purpose comes from a place of grief, of loss, of trauma, of pain, of rejection and abandonment. This is the place where we connect with our purpose and say, okay, I went through that, I'm going through my healing, and I will help others. And not being perfect, and not like, oh my God, I'm this amazing, I got it all together, I know everything. No, it's humility and honesty. Like, I went
Well,
through
like,
that. Yeah,
it's
Stacy.
also like your past and like the pain that you've gone through. Like, I've been through a lot of trauma because I was with a narcissist for so long, still healing from that.
Sure.
I can see how that's bringing me to where I want to be, though, and who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, where my purpose is. So it wasn't for nothing, I guess.
Absolute. Nothing is for nothing. Nothing is for nothing. Some people come to our program, they're like, oh, but my education was in chemistry, or everything we learned, all our experiences, all our educations, all our oopses, all our failures, all our pains will contribute to you becoming authentic, successful, and really relatable.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. You walk the talk, you experience that. You will
Yes,
help others on a different level than someone who never experienced that.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We always finish with a word. Yeah, Oksana.
Next Tuesday, I put in the chat.
Okay. So yeah, next Tuesday we have, I think, group coaching. So if you want to experience intuitive life coaching, please come to our group, free group coaching meetup. It's at the same time at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Also, don't forget to schedule a clarity call. If in scheduling the clarity call you won't find the time that's good for you, just let us know. We will squeeze you in, because it's important right now. If there is some possibility for you to join us, it will have to, our call has to happen this week. This is important. Yes, also there is a link. Oksana shared my email, so you can email me to ask for a different time. Okay, so we always finish with a word that resonates with you in the moment, that speaks to you, and that you are willing to gift to everyone right now. So, Stephanie, what's your word?
Hopeful.
Hopeful. I like that. We need to have hope. Yu Yang.
Peaceful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We need peace. Peace is important. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stacy.
Courage.
Thank you. And thank you, Yu Yang, for being so courageous and sharing with us in like a new group. Appreciate it. Your courage and your audacity. That's beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, Stacy, also for sharing
You're welcome.
some.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oksana. Oksana.
Feelings.
Feelings?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Marcus.
I'll just go with love.
Thank you. That's That's a very important word.
Yeah.
And thank you, Marcus, for sharing yourself with us. It was beautiful. Jack, hello. What's your word? If you can't unmute yourself, just put it grateful. Thank you. Erica, what's your word? What's your word? Anika, what's your word?
Compassion. Thank you so much for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was good to see you. Anya, what's your word?
My word is power. I feel empowered to own my own life.
Yes, yes. And your own gifts and to claim them, right? To acknowledge and claim them. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Ernest, if you have a word. Renee says peace. Ernest.
My word's determination.
Determination. It's so important. Determination, consistency, very important. Thank you. Anna, what's your word? Sam, what's your word? Jamia, what's your word? Matt, Donna,
Overcomer.
Overcomer. Yes, thank you so much. Matt said thankful. Erica said purposeful. Thank you. And
Wisdom.
Jimmy, what did you say?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Great word. Thank you so much. Denise, what's your word? Yeah, so my word is audacity, of course. Always audacity. Yeah, so if you're looking for more audacity to bring your gifts to the world, like we're inviting you to consider us as your community. So thank you so much. I'm grateful for this gathering, for all of you and your beautiful stories and your sharing. And see you soon. See you very soon. I hope so. And see you later, alligators.
Have a good night. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.